You're watching Ride Like a Local with Belt Drive Betty. Welcome back to another episode of Ride Like a Local. This week we're at the Vancouver Motorcycle Show version 2019. The Cossacks and I get up close and personal, and I learn all about the game of barns. I'm being joined right now by Gordon Veller, one of the winners in the game of barns, and Kiran Rancourt, who is the marketing manager for Barnes Harley Davidson. Let's talk a little bit about the game of barns, how it was conceived, and why people should download it and get involved.
Sure. So the game of barns is basically the idea of it. You want me to hold it?
Sure.
I don't know. Basically, the idea is to try to get a riding community riding together and having a lot of fun. So the Game of Barns started in the beginning of 2018. We launched at last year's bike show, and we ran from January to September, and we had about 500 plus players, mainly around British Columbia, a couple in Alberta, a little bit in Washington, but that was the main area was British Columbia. And hundreds of thousands of kilometers were clocked by the Game of Barns players like Gord. And we had a really, really good reception, and everyone just really liked, enjoying themselves and getting out riding.
So it's kind of like having a universal hog chapter.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's like. It's all just about, getting in that community and just finding that freedom, having that enjoyment of riding, without any kind of no setbacks or boundaries or anything like that. It's for young, old, even non-Harley riders as well. Everyone's welcome.
Well, and riding. When it comes to riding, when you get rewarded a little bit for getting out on your bike, it's an extra incentive. Oh, geez, I'd really like to win X. And so then the competitive nature in a person comes out, correct?
Yes, it does. I met a few players that were fairly serious about playing the game, and the competitive nature definitely come out. And we all work together. Like, there's a bunch of us that did a whole bunch of missions together. We'd go riding together, we'd all stop, we'd take our own little picture for the mission, or take the other person's picture for them. But it was a lot of fun to get out as a group and do things, ride together, and it just gets you out riding to different places you've never been before.
Well, and that's the whole idea. Your motorcycle is supposed to be about freedom, adventure, and a sense of enjoyment and that zen place, right? And when you get out on your motorcycle and you're with a group of people and you're on literally a mission, it changes the focus a little bit. It puts a different kind of smile on your face, because now all of a sudden it's like, I'm 600 points ahead of so-and-so, and you start with all of that back and forth, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can, for me personally, I started riding in January, which I usually don't ride till about March, and I was riding, up until the last day of the Game of Barns. So it definitely got me out riding more. I'm competitive, but also I just wanted to do as many missions as I could, just to say I can do them, right? And before we add missions, I like to try them out myself, see if it's possible. So yeah, it pushed me out riding more, so I'm guessing it did the same thing for everybody else.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. Like the island missions last year, I like to go to the island every couple of years, spend a few days or a week over there if I can. Last season I was on the island 4 times for the game. Because every time I turned around and I would have done the missions, there'd be another mission or something else got added, like the lighthouse right at the end of the season. Yeah. All of a sudden you got to go to the island in order to get the lighthouse picture. So I was like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing this weekend. So we did definitely do some of that. I know the last weekend of the game, there were some people that were putting on some major miles trying to get things wrapped up in the last couple of missions in before it was done.
Lacombe Alberta, runner-up community in Canada's most rider-friendly community contest. Situated just off Highway 2, the city of Lacombe provides access to hundreds of kilometers of secondary highway riding, making it a natural stop when touring through central Alberta.
From June to August, Wednesdays are filled with music, food, and fun at the Lacombe Memorial Centre for Music in the Park. Lacombe, Alberta, in the heart of it all. RiderFriendly.com combines a social business directory with content marketing. Create coupons, special offers, and events, and let us promote them for you. RiderFriendly.com, helping riders find rider-friendly businesses.
Well, the missions up to Grand Prairie, now those were kind of interesting in that we wanted to be included and see how many riders we could actually bring up there and if anybody was interested. Now, you guys took Highway 40, which sucks.
Yeah, it did. It was, I went up with my son. My son and I went on a weekend adventure to go up to all the Grand Prairie missions. Yeah, we took Highway 40, probably some of the worst road construction I've ever seen in the rain, in the dark, when we were going up through Highway 40. But it was, I don't know, it's the adventure of riding a motorcycle. It wasn't nice weather. We hit 10 degrees 2 or 3 times during the course of the 2 days that we were gone riding. We rode through hail, we rode through snow, but we had a lot of fun, and like my son loved the trip, I loved the trip, we had a really good time.
What did you think of our little missions up there? Did you have any challenges finding the things we wanted you to photograph?
Not really. Well, just you research it. If you're not, the business company, my work, I deal with the Grand Prairie region quite a bit, so I had an idea where some of the towns and cities were, but it was just a matter of identifying exactly where you needed to go, what you wanted to go, and of course we explored a little bit, so it was good.
See that, folks? They explored a little bit. And you know, and who says you have to be young to get involved in a game, to have fun? This is, like Kiran was saying, totally genderless, ageless. It's for everybody. You don't have to ride a Harley. You might enjoy the experience more on a Harley, but you don't have to ride a Harley. So this was one of the prizes that Gordon won for coming up. It's from one of our local businesses in Grand Prairie Auto Repair, and it's a really, really beautiful emergency roadside safety kit. It's got a set of small motorcycle battery cables in it. It's got a small funnel in it for fuel, flashlight, emergency kit. So lots of good stuff in there for you. Let's show the folks some of the other stuff you won. So Bruce from Video Link gave us some beautiful video sunglasses. So now Gord can really kick ass because now he can do video and photos on the fly.
Right.
Ooh, he almost knocked that over. Oh. And of course he won his Harley Gnome, which was the prize you were going after the hardest, correct?
Yes.
Is that because it resembles you?
Yeah, I guess it does kind of now, but yeah, I thought it'd be cool to have a garden gnome, and I really wanted it, and when the challenge came up for voting on the pictures, that was my goal, was to get the gnome, so I was super excited when I won it.
Well, it was great to have you be part of it. Good to have you guys come up to Grand Prairie, and it was wonderful as a partner in all of this marketing to actually see how could we drive some people up north. And you wait, we will have another mission or two north, but I'll give you a better road to come up.
I'm already planning my trip up there. I have friends up there, and they're like, well, are you going to stop and see us this time? And I said, oh yeah, for sure. I said, we'll take longer this year and stop and visit for a while longer.
Well, there you go, folks. The Game of Barns, it's in the Apple App Store, it's in the Google Play Store. Download it, get yourself all set up, look for Season 2 in the search function, and 700 points for just the Vancouver show?
Yeah, there's 725 points, which if you consider, I think there was only a couple hundred points between first, second, third. It was really close, so 700 points is huge. 725 points is huge.
Wow.
It is. And what bike are you guys giving away this year?
This year we're going to give away a Vivid Black Iron 883, 2019.
An 883 Iron. That's
last year,
awesome.
none of the top 3 were here.
Yeah, that's right.
Season 1, none of the top 3 winners at the end of the season made it to the bike show last year.
Yeah.
None of us.
So, if you ride hard and work at it, you can win this without being at the show. But this year they've added a little gravy with extra points. So, come on out, the Game of Barns. Download it from the Apple App Store, from the Google Play Store, get on your motorcycle, and take on a mission.
Harley, Saskatchewan, Canada's most rider-friendly community from the 2018 riding season. Located between North Battleford and Prince Albert and not far from Saskatoon, it's the perfect day ride destination. With welcoming folks and great small businesses, Harley has everything you could need while out for a motorcycle ride. Harley, Saskatchewan, Canada's most rider-friendly community, 2018. Where commerce and community meet. The staff at Community Futures, Grand Prairie and region love helping entrepreneurs, young and old, succeed in their goals. What can we do to help you reach yours? That's our time this week, folks. Join me next week for the Edgerton Fire and Wheels Rally. Rain, sleet, and snow, yes, not even snow could keep riders away from helping their firefighters.